hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking
Okay, just so you know, this is what I'm doing when the damn thing. I don't know. Do I need this up? I think I may need this up. I'm dealing with a sick dog, so poor little Penny has a back issue. But the other thing that I do is go to Earnings Hub, and let's see. PayPal, SOFI. That's everything. Let's see. Exxon beat. They missed on revenue slightly. Still going to 120. Chevron beat on everything. Probably. Let's see what CVX is doing. This is a stock that I'm still kind of excited if it starts adding to it. Chevron is even. Oh, that's CVS. Why do I do CVS? Let me see. Up 2%. I mean, this is a $150 stock. So I don't know why anybody would think that this is a $200 stock with oil the way that it is. Let's go in. I need to start up. There we go. Ooh, I get an ad. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. And we'll do some scans. Today is just if you're expecting a big show. It's going to be a semi-big show. I did have my Seeking Alpha interview yesterday where they're going to put on their morning breakfast podcast. So she said it went well. I'm iffy. I think she said, I think you brought up some great stocks. And I'm like, honestly, I don't even remember what I brought up. If you ever watched the movie Old School during the debate where Will Ferrell, he goes in and spouts that line, that's me. When Will Ferrell spouts the line, they say, "Yeah, the debate is clear. It's up to him." He goes, "What did I say? What did I say?" Is team really up 18%? Wow. I was going to buy this one yesterday because I like the software. It's up, 21%. Look at this rebound in software. I mean, that's right at just above the 200-day. Wow. I mean, look at the beat earnings per share, 20%. Wow. US Steel, 20%. And yet they don't get... they're up 0.64%. ARDX CubeSmart. Avis down 1.37. Eastman. BTE. I'm just going over the popular ones. Kohu. I don't even know what half these companies are, just to tell everybody. Let's see in the morning. Okay, Exxon beat, but it was okay. Fubo's up 6%. I brought this one up yesterday on the live. Wayfair up 3%. T. Rowe Price up 1%. Enbridge Energy, I think it is. Simon Property Group. Consumer's still strong. This is based on the stock price. I mean, this is if you look at 1 month or year to date, that's just based on the stock price, that pullback. I mean, it's trading at 168. I think that's a $170 stock. So, you can scroll down here and see the analyst ratings on it. You can't see it on the screen, but morning, Jacob. By the way, if Larry's listening, my girlfriend said, go say hi to Larry. Earnings Hub so good. So good. Dominion Energy. Let's see their earnings. They mixed quarter. Charter beat up 2%. CBOE. This is Global Markets. This is a stock company, and down 1%. Cardinal Health. This one gets no love. Now, this is a alpha pick. Just full disclosure, it's an alpha pick. I guess it's up 3% in after hours. They killed it, but if you look at a weekly chart of this, they're just, I mean, my guess is you're going to pull back on this one, but I guess it's getting love now. I guess it's getting some love. Yeah. I mean, those pullbacks are clear. Yeah. Mine were delivered to spam, I realized. And I had to pull them out of spam. But I like Earnings Hub. I mean, listen, I really like that. Okay, let's get to my scans. It's one of those websites that's free, and you could literally, it's like FinViz. I mean, FinViz and Earnings Hub, I could geek out on and just sit there and scroll endlessly and mindlessly rather than using TikTok or something like that. For me, that's just a better way. I will talk about, I was on and I don't know if any of you guys did, but I joined Dan Ushman's. He's the CEO of Trendspider. He had a Zoom meeting discussing the new AI features that are coming. Game changing. And Chris, I know you've got Trendspider. If you weren't on this thing, you're gonna love this. I think you're a lot more analytical and programmer like than I am. Essentially, you can take the AI and train it on a strategy over a certain market time, like a bull market or a bear market, and then tell it what time frame you're looking at. It will train it on that time frame, and then it will give you a strategy. It will go through all of the indicators within Trendspider and say, here's a good strategy. Hold on. Dog's crying. I don't know if it's not going to follow me. Okay. Stop. There you go. And I did ask, because I know about AWS fees and server fees. And I said, is this open to everybody? Because there will be some people who aren't paying as much as others based on sales and stuff like that. And he said, we're going to roll it out to everybody at first. And then afterwards, just to see if you can break it. And after that, probably depending on the use, they may limit folks. I don't have, he recorded the meeting, but he's not posting the meeting. So you can't go and watch it. But it will be, just so you know, Chris, if I'm not on air or something happens and I can't, I am not going to be smart enough to actually use it, because I barely use the variance tester, but it's going to be up here next to the custom indicator editor. It's going to be next to that, and it's going to say AI, and it's going to take you to a different screen. And there's a lot to it. And what he showed last night was just, my mind was blown as to, I know there will be people smarter than I am that will be able to figure this out to the point where I think it just gives people a crazy leg up on the market. And they are the only company that's doing this. So I am shocked at how he's kind of put this out there as, hey, this is coming. Yeah, and I don't use it, Chris. And that's the problem. I am so locked in to my 4-hour algorithm that I just don't. And I, a lot of what, remember, I'm not doing a lot of quote unquote fast trading. I'm doing a lot of portfolio management these days. So it's more just, hey, is this one good? Is this one bad? And do I want to add to it, or do I want to remove it? So, wow, it's a pretty light day. But I guess yesterday was a bad day, so it's to be expected. Let's go back to the 4-hour. I should be scanning on Alpha Picks. I should have a target thing. Morning, Donnie. That variance tester, I need to do better about learning the tools here in Trendspider. So that's just my kind of take on it. I don't do a very good job of this, but the Q's up 0.55. Roblox is pulling back a little. Yeah, and the AI, Chris, is you can load in a bunch of names. There is so much to that AI. My head was blown. It was at 8 o'clock last night. The football game was on, so I was paying attention to both. But he actually got my attention off of the football game, which you just can't do. MicroStrategy up 2.47. Simon Property Group is making a comeback, so booyah. Booyah. Tesla ain't getting above that 260 level. Ain't getting above that 260. Now, the algorithm got you out yesterday of the Qs. Interesting. Okay, I've only got a couple of articles to do, so it's not going to be a lot. Let's look at next week real quick. We got Marriott, Zoetis. Zoetis is the, I think that's the dog insurance. That's an interesting one. Let's see. Next week's earnings. Palantir. Monday. Monday. Palantir. Hims. Vertex. I don't see anything else. Let's see. Race is an interesting one. Lowered. BLDR, this is in the watch list, and it's interesting. Tuesday. BLDR. which I think other people have been in. SMCI. Kopang. Let's see. Celsius. That'll be interesting. Wednesday. CLH. I don't care about the car companies too much. SMG, which is a pot kind of, hey, we're going to get into that one, blah, blah, blah. Qualcomm. ARM. Melly. Duolingo, which should be Lyft. HubSpot. AAPL Wolf, which has been a big mover of late. Marathon Oil. Sedge. There's a big week next week. IONQ. Do I care about pets or beyond? I don't think I care about either one of these, to be honest. No. Let's look at Thursday. mRNA. Under Armour. I like that because I just got done with Under Armour. WBD. Yeti Reports. Papa John's. Jumia, which everybody loved during the pandemic. That's the Amazon of Africa. Airbnb. Rivian. Trading Desk. Square. Net. ANET. Lucid. DraftKings. Fortinet. Pins. Unity Software. Upstart. Toast. GCT. JFrog. Don't see anything else that I recognize. Sony, Paramount, IEP, we don't care about any of those. Nah. I think D-Man loves it, but I had an automatic. My first car was a stick, but I've been automatic ever since. ALFEN? The hell is ALFEN? Alphen ABHB? Why? That's an over-the-counter stock. I don't even care about it. I mean, T-Drift, to be honest, I'm not even going to look at it. There's no reason to. It's an over-the-counter stock. No offense. I mean, go ahead and trade it. But what am I going to tell you? If you want, there's nothing to it. So there's nothing to it. I can't look at it unless you give me some type of symbol. I think that's the one, but it's an over-the-counter stock that looks like it's a penny stock that just opened. So have at it, but not my thing. Exxon's up 2%, XLY 1.98, XLK. Amazon's the big one. I mean, Amazon's pushing that 200 again. Okay, so we're going to open these up. Exxon beat. Team and Intel will go over this as part of the big movers. Amazon just destroyed it. Apple is what it is. Root, Shark Ninja. Let me see if there's anything on Shark Ninja yet. Because this one was, it's one that I've got on my watch list. And there's still nothing. I mean, there's nobody writing about this one. And they did okay. I mean, they didn't knock it out of the park, But to have a 20% downturn on semi-light guidance, that just seems crazy to me. So we'll look at that one. And okay. That's it. We're going to include this as the big one. Okay. And I'm going to go home, and then we'll start out with this one. Okay. And the Q's right here. Okay. Good morning, everybody, by the way. Let me make sure my camera's tracking. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay. I'm going to get started. Good morning. It is Friday, November 1st. We're done with October. October is done. Bye-bye. See you, Felicia. Although I will tell you, the flight attendant or the counter representative who helped me when I missed my flight on Monday with Delta, her name was Felicia. And I swore I would never say bye, Felicia, again. So that's just my thing. Now, a couple of things first to start out with. You're seeing the cues on the chart here. But I will tell you, I did my Seeking Alpha Morning Breakfast podcast interview yesterday. I am like Will Ferrell. If you have ever seen the movie Old School, where he debates James Carville and he says something about nuclear power and then says, "What did I just say? I blacked out." That was me. So I have no freaking clue. I deleted my notes. I don't know exactly what I said. She said it was good. We'll see what happens when it comes out. I will let you know where it is. They told me that they're going to create a transcript and start pushing it out like next week. And I think it's on several podcasts. I don't know, but they might have it just over the weekend. The other thing that I had last night, Dan Ushman, he is the CEO of Trendspider. And Trendspider is rolling out, and he's been teasing this for a while. He is rolling out new AI features. I had a demo of it last night. They're going to soft launch it next week. For any Trendspider subscriber, it's going to be right here next to the custom indicator editor. He said, use it, try and break it. It's amazing. Okay? Amazing. So essentially the overview of it is you can take the AI and train it on any market conditions that you like. So you can take the bear market of 2022. You can take the bull market of 2021. You can go back to 2000 to 2010, the lost decade. And you can take it, train it on a strategy, meaning my 4-hour algorithm, and say, how does this work during this time with these stocks? Okay? It will find stocks that maybe it works better. This is all part of the new stuff, and it's very new, so it's not going to work exactly like this. Again, it's a soft launch. But the highlight of this is just like the variance tester that tells you, hey, your strategy might work on this time frame better, and it might do better in this scenario. It will go through all of the indicators on Trendspider and say, these are the indicators you want to use for this strategy. Amazing. It's incredibly powerful. It will roll out to everybody as part of the soft launch. So he did say, and he did mention the costs, and anybody that's run a business with AWS knows this. The costs of the cloud are enormous for this type of computation. So they're going to roll it out to everybody as part of the soft launch. Don't be surprised if you're going to need to upgrade to actually use this. And it's just because of cost. He wants to see what the cost is. He believes that people will start using this, fall in love with it, and then their costs are going to go up, which means that they have to raise your costs. Remember, Trendspider is not a super high margin business. The data that they pay for is tremendously expensive. So I thought it was amazing. I don't have a recording. He did record the event, but he's not posting the event. So I don't know how we're going to get instructions on how to use it. But for anybody that's using Trendspider, this is going to be the game changer. Okay, my 4-hour algorithm is great. I built it myself. But if I can load that into AI and it will tell me, oh my God, you can do that. Done. But again, that's the thing. Now, the algorithm, speaking of that, it did get you out yesterday with a nice 3.26% gain. Meanwhile, the RSI reset itself on the 4-hour all the way down to 37, and the MACD crossed down, and it's down around the oscillator, and this is on the Qs at 483. If you are looking for a long term, I would argue this is a good time to start dollar cost averaging your way in. You can start using the 200-day as your support level. But with us moving up, that we'll go over the earnings. We're going to go over Apple. We're going to go over Amazon. We're going to go over Intel. We'll go over Atlassian. We'll go over Exxon. And we'll go over next week's earnings. We're going to go over Root. We're going to go over Shark Ninja. There's a lot in this episode. But I would urge you, if you're in this for the long term, I do think that this is a good time to enter. I just don't see that the consumer is coming down. The only things that we have in the future, the near-term future, are the election, which could cause an enormous kind of volatility spike, like we saw with the Japan yen trade. But the VIX is at 21. It's over 20. So it wants to live over 20 during volatile times. I can't imagine it spiking up to 30. I can't imagine it going to 35. But again, yesterday's market volatility jumps to its highest level in nearly 3 weeks. The VIX is what you want to watch. And if we're just looking at the Qs, it has you out. Now, the algorithm makes you 77%. Buying and holding makes you 74%. So there's not a tremendous difference in this. And time in the market beats timing the market. So understand, even though I believe the algorithm is great, even though the algorithm outperforms buy and hold, it's not by a large margin. You win 65% of the time. So if you want to wait for it, you can wait for it. Just realize you may be buying higher than you are today. Look, the algorithm here, it made you buy and then it got you out and you got lucky that you bought lower. But look at this one. If you ignored this one, this one right here, sell, it made you buy higher. So I just want to make sure that you're aware that, yes, time in the market beats timing the market. So non-farm payroll, more than expected in October, hit by strike and hurricanes. It's messy data. The jobs data today was messy. It's not clean. The markets aren't really reacting to it. If you look here, the Dow futures up 0.45. Right now it's 904, so the market's not open. Crude oil spiking. But there's nothing, it's up at 71. It wants to live at set between 70 and 80. Silver, gold, they're not spiking a tremendous amount. Silver's up almost 1%. That's a pretty big move for it. But again, it's not like crashing. There's nothing coming down. Shark Ninja. This is one that I want to talk about because Shark Ninja is one. I bought a vacuum over Prime Day, a Shark Ninja vacuum. And I was on Spaces, and one of the analysts said, "This is my biggest position right now, and I'm really bullish on it." And I think it was around August, so it was at 91. It went all the way up to 112, and it pulled back today to that price. Now I'm going to take a look at the 4-hour algorithm. Their earnings. The only thing that happened was they were conservative in their guidance for the holidays. If we go over here and we look in Earnings Hub and we search for Shark Ninja, the symbol is SN, okay? SN. Now, you can see, look at that price, okay, year to date, and you're seeing a pullback. You can go and look at news, AI summary of the call, Shark Ninja announced 1 point. Look, they beat revenues by 8%. Earnings per share were up 6% against estimates. That's big. That's big. That's super, super big. But they got it a little lighter. $1.37. They're, do they expect growth? Yes. I don't understand this pullback. I think it's purely just profit taking. If we look at the quant, it's a hold. And why is that? Well, the valuation is a little bit expensive. The PEG ratio is not outrageous, and so we look at their growth. They're growing 26% year over year. Now, the leverage free cash flow, 58% year over year. Average sector median, 1%. But when you go to profitability, that's your issue. The levered free cash flow, their margin is losing 1.28%, and that's getting killed. But their overall gross profit margin is 47% when the sector is 37%. You can't get these things in freaking Walmart. Go and look. They're sold out of half of them. And you look at the 3-month performance, 6-month performance, 9-month performance, 1 year. Is it a little too hot? Well, look at the revisions, because there's 10 earnings per share up, none down. Revenue, 7 up, none down. I think this one is an opportunity. So let's go and look at the algorithm. Let's see. Does the algorithm make you money? It makes you 61% versus buying and holding makes you 130%. We could probably load this one into AI and say, hey, how can I optimize this? And that's what Trendspider will bring you over the coming months. Right now, you just got to look at this. You win 64% of the time in this. You lose 36% of the time. So you're overall winning. Now, it got you out with a pretty big loss, and this is probably why. This is a 17% loss. It just got you out with a 27% gain. I would argue that 200-day is being used as support. I will be getting into this very, very soon. I like this name. I like it. There's nothing about this that I dislike. And I like this one. Now, another one from yesterday that we talked about, Root. This one was up at like 110%. What I want to show you is the after hours in this one, because this was while I was on the air yesterday. You saw it go up. While I was on the air at about 9 o'clock, somewhere in there, I said that 78 was going to be used. I said it's going to shoot up. It went from 78 all the way up to 111. 118. That's the next candle. You could have used just the confirmation of that 9-day to make money on this. While it's trading above it, you buy it and then you sell it as it gets back in and starts to pull back down. Do I expect this one to pop again today? Not like it did yesterday. I would expect that 78 to provide some type of resistance now, because it would trade a couple of these candles, and these are 5-minute candles, just used it as resistance, and then boom, it went up. It never used it as support. So I would expect it to start making its way down again. And we're going to take off the after hours on this. But the algorithm got you in at $39.92. I would be happy with a $78 sale on this one. But I just wanted to point out yesterday, these are ones when they pop up like that, you can ride that wave if you're just looking to make money. If you're just an investor like me, this is just too expensive. It's too volatile. I would not get into this one. This was just one that I saw yesterday that, hey, it's going to pop up. It popped up. Now, let's talk about Apple, because this is, I'm going to talk my book here for a second. Apple dips after conservative outlook. Analysts see AI feature rollout key to quarter upside. It wasn't great. It wasn't a quarter where you're going to go, oh my God, this is an unbelievable company. You're down 1.56%. Now, this is going to probably trade between 222. It's 222.38. That's where the 200-day is. It's probably going to trade between 220 and 230. I can't imagine that this one doesn't go down. Their earnings per share beat by 0.39% and revenue beat by 2.5%. That's not good enough. Not at 30 times forward earnings. But it's Apple. It's Apple. I just don't see this one ripping 40% in a year anytime soon. So understand, I'm still holding this stock. I'm not getting rid of it, but I probably will trim it in my tax advantaged accounts, my IRA and my Roth. I will probably rip that one back a little bit and get the Band-Aid off, just because, again, iPhone, it went up, but nothing great. Remember, the Apple Intelligence stuff hasn't really rolled out. And I heard a great thing. So remember, Google is actually monetizing their AI. And so I like that. And so Google, it's going to stay at that 170 level, maybe pop to 180, go back to its all-time highs at 190, We don't know, but I think that one is a hold as well. They're going to get killed from the AI from ChatGPT doing search AI. But it is what it is. That one I have hope that they're actually monetizing it. Apple's not monetizing AI the way that everybody else is. They're actually going to give away their AI. But you're going to be required to upgrade your hardware. And that includes your MacBook, that includes your iPad, that includes everything. More than likely, it's going to include the Apple Watch at some point in time. More than likely, they're going to put Apple Intelligence onto your AirPods. More than likely, you're going to need to upgrade your iPhone because most people aren't on the 15 or the 16. So in order to get those features, you're going to need to upgrade. And that's the way they're monetizing their AI. It's not through just a monthly subscription, because to bring it all back in, we saw Microsoft is not doing a very good job of getting subscriptions. So the difference is going to be, okay, if you're going to play in this big cap tech world, where are you going to put your money and how are you going to do it? I would argue most people would be better off in the Qs. Because if you're not looking at these kinds of things on a daily basis and you're pulling the stuff back and you're managing your portfolio, it's very hard to beat the Qs. And so you just sit there in the Qs and be happy. Maybe XLK is your second ETF if you want that large cap space. But I just don't see Apple. Didn't wow me yesterday to the point where I see this one going up 40%. Now, the algorithm, it makes you 39.2% versus buy and hold makes you 50.9%. In a name like Apple, I am perfectly happy making 40% by trading it, but I'm more than happy, even happier at staying in at 50%, gain over the last 24 months. But do I think over the next 24 months, we see another 50%? That's going to be a hard sell. It's going to be a hard sell for me because I don't see a killer app right now that is going to bring people to upgrade. We just got 18.1. I don't have half the features that came out with it. I'm not missing anything right now. I can't write an email. That sounds professional when I say, hey, yo, what's up? I don't know. On the flip side, the key takeaways from Amazon. AI potential, key takeaways from the Amazon report. Amazon traded higher, holiday cheer, margin improvement, AI upside. Analyst reaction, all positive, tail of the tape. It's up. It's up, 6.97%. If you use the double leveraged ETF, you're up 13%. Now let's go look at the chart because this one is pumping right up to the $200 mark. Where did we see $200 last time? Right here, back in July, where you hit the all-time high, and then it started to pull back because Jeff Bezos started selling. Expect him to sell the rest of his $3 billion worth. So buying down here below the 188, great trade. You could get rid of it here at 200. I think you're going to have the opportunity to buy this again at 188. But that's the chance you take. For me, I'm buying and holding. The algorithm makes you 42% versus buy and hold makes you 60%. You win on this one 46% of the time. It's only 24 positions. Yeah, it seems like a lot here, but that's because you're trading within a range. And so it will get you in and out. Your average win is 8%. So it still makes you money, and I still like this one. And look at the weekly chart. When we look at this, I think you're going to start using this one as resistance if we get above 200. But again, Bezos is going to have to start selling. He's told you he's going to sell. So there you have it. So Amazon, again, we talked about this. These are the biggest movers of the day. Intel soared 7% after the chipmaker exceeded Q3 top line estimates, showed progress on its $10 billion cost-cutting plan. Giant reported $2.8 billion in restructuring charge. This is all show. I do not suggest you all of a sudden load into Intel just because they beat on this one quarter. You're going to need more quarters like this in order to continue to beat. Now, if you're in this one, I would probably take the pop as a good sign. You're at 22.97. Where's 22.97? It's not that much higher than where you are now. It's 6%. Seems like it's high, but take a look at this chart. Look at the weekly chart. What do you want to be in this one for? I mean, the turnaround? because that MACD is super low. It might have some upside, but I would expect this trend to continue. It's just a shit show of a company. It's one of the biggest movers, but I just don't like it. Now, what I do like is Atlassian. This is a software company. Surged more than 20% after the company exceeded full quarter estimates and provided an upbeat outlook for Q2. Just huge. And if you want to see this one in the algorithm, and again, I'm flipping back and forth between Seeking Alpha and Trendspider, but look at this one. It got you in at 166. Where are you in the pre-market? 231. And guess what? We talk about old man gaps with shorts at the pool in the summer. Look at the gap fill. Where's it going to? 253. You're starting to fill that gap up there. It's an earnings gap down. Okay? And you've quickly, after you got that golden cross on team, this is on our watch list. I believe it's on our watch list. Yep. It's on the watch list. You knew if you had Trendspider to buy this at 166. You knew to buy this at 166. And you can see, unlike Intel, we haven't exactly, we've broken that downtrend and we're starting this uptrend. And you're trading at 231. Where's the 200-day on this one, on this weekly? It's at 225. Is that going to turn from resistance into support? I think so. Again, that upbeat outlook. This is a fantastic, fantastic software. Again, the MACD not extended. The RSI at 57. Nothing crazy about this one, at the current time. But that gap up there, I'd wait a couple of days if you're in this. But again, if you want Trendspider, this is in the watch list. You can scan against it. Everything is there. Go over to the link tree, linktr.ee/daily stock pick. Use that top thing, that top link right there. It takes you to Trendspider and you can sign up. Okay, $53 a month, $642 a year. And you can sign up. What you do is once you use that link and you sign up, you email me. Okay, the link tree. My email's up here in the upper right. Email me. And I will email you back the 4-hour algorithm, 65-minute algorithm, the daily stock pick watch list, and the scanner that I use to find bullish stocks. It's that simple. I mean, it's not that hard to use my system. And that's what I went over Seeking Alpha with. My system isn't like, I don't have anything hidden. I'm not selling you a course. I'm simply saying sign up and pay for the tools that I used to pay for when I developed this. And it wasn't like, I had this my entire life. I developed this around COVID, and you'll hear in the Seeking Alpha podcast. But it's a very simple system. It's not hard. Now, biggest loser, BJ's Restaurant. Who's walking into BJ's? I don't get that one. 6% higher. Eats. EATS. Brinker International. It's an alpha pick. It's a far, let me see, EAT, there's no S, EAT, Brinker International. This is an alpha pick. This is a restaurant that's on fire. This is Chili's. This is, the office memes at Chili's. This is it. This is what you want. You don't want BJ's Restaurant. An alpha pick. And what's alpha picks? Well, go over here. Go to the bundle. You've seen me use Seeking Alpha. Get premium Seeking Alpha and alpha picks all together. And why do you want alpha picks? And I went over this in the Seeking Alpha interview. I'm not a huge fan of a managed portfolio where they tell you when to buy and sell. But this one has the performance. Don't go with Jim Cramer, who doesn't beat the S&P in his investment club. Go with alpha picks, 155% versus the S&P. They put it out there. They just throw it out there to you. They say, hey, during the same time when the S&P was up 53%, our portfolio was up 155%. And it's not hard. They're not trading every day. They buy on the 1st and the 15th. The key point is they tell you when to sell. And it's data driven. There are rules around the portfolio. It is 100% data driven on stocks. And so last week, I put $50,000 into this. I believe I'm up. I don't know. I was using this. There's a few ways you can do it. You can do it the way I was doing it, which was, I don't like that stock. I'm not going to buy it. And then I saw these things going up 10, 15, 20%. And I was like, oh, why didn't I buy it? I got FOMO. And then just last week, I decided, you know what? I'm not gonna have FOMO anymore. These guys have the whatever the cojones, whatever the brains are about picking stocks. These guys have it. So that's what I did. And again, seeking alpha. And say you don't want these together as a bundle because the bundle's too expensive at $639. It's a savings of $159. But say you don't want it. Use my separate links. The separate links are here too. I can save you $30 and you get a free 7-day trial of premium. So you can sign up for, premium, get the 7-day trial. And then after you like it, you can sign up for the bundle. Just be sure you go back to my my thing here, just because it's cookie driven, and they're going to give you, use whichever link you sign up for. Just use the link tree before. Support the podcast. Be a bro. Be a bro. And yeah, if you don't have a brokerage firm, and I've talked to people who don't have brokerage firms or don't use Robinhood. If you want to, there's a bunch of documentaries on Netflix as to why you should absolutely not be using Robinhood. And I have no idea why why people go over there, but I hate them. I can't stand them. I use Webull. And if you use my link, you'll get free stocks. So it's all right there. Support the podcast. But again, from a standpoint of, BJ's restaurant, eat is the place to go. Now, core portfolio name that had earnings this morning, Exxon. Exxon tops expectations. This one's going back to 120. In fact, in pre-market, it's 119. Let's go and look at this one. Oh, and if you want the core portfolio and you say, I talked about it yesterday in the interview, but the core portfolio is down here free for you to follow. It's Savvy Trader. Follow my trades for free right here. And this takes you right to the core portfolio. It's 34 names that I buy 100 shares of. But these are names that I believe you can be in without getting hurt too much. And so you pick and choose, and you can build a portfolio off of these. And I believe that you'll do fine with these. And again, we took out SMCI, we took out Boeing, we replaced it with Berkshire, and we replaced it with Dell. And so you've got names in there that I think are in bullish territory. I typically do it about once a quarter. So it's not a perfect portfolio. But you may say, but how are you doing against the S&P? Well, year to date, the S&P is up 19%. This portfolio is up 31%. And it's not a managed portfolio like Alpha Picks. But Exxon is in here. And Exxon topped the portfolio. Again, if you sign up for Trendspider, you get this core portfolio list right there. But you can see we dipped back down within this channel. And you had the gap up here between 123 and 121. We're trading at 119. Guess what gap we're going to fill? It's going back to 120. So if you're holding Exxon, I think it's fine. I don't think oil's going anywhere. I think this one is at absolute just buy and hold. So I was on Earnings Hub here before we were looking at this. And I just go over, I love Earnings Hub. And I am an affiliate of Earnings Hub, but I just like Earnings Hub. And so you can look at this calendar. And I just went through it a little bit here. Simon Property Group reported as well. They're in the core portfolio. And they're up 0.52%. It's a $170 stock, and that's where it's trading. I mean, you get a 5% dividend. It's a fantastic company to just buy and hold because you make a ton of money on this one. That's why it's in the core portfolio. But next week's earnings, we can look at here. We can look at next week. You got Palantir. Okay, Palantir. Their expected earnings per share, 9 cents. That's what they reported last time. Revenue, $701 million. They reported $678 million. I think this one's overvalued. I've been wrong on the stock price because look at this chart. It's just straight up. I mean, it literally is straight up. And Carp, he's insider selling. Go and look at the insider sales. We have HIMS, which is probably going to get killed on this one. This is a company that's not making money. Their earnings, they're expected 4 cents per share. Last time they reported 6 cents per share. The revenue, $379 million. They're expected $315 million. They pulled that one down. Vertex Pharmaceuticals. This one has a weight loss drug. Expected $4.10 per share. The revenue, $2.69 billion. That's an expectation higher. I don't know. Could be an interesting one. And then on Tuesday, you have mine that I got out of way too soon. But it's coming back down. It's BLDR. Estimate $2.96 per share, 4.45 billion in revenue. Both are down from what they reported last time. You've got SMCI. Lord knows what we're going to hear on this one. Lord knows what we're going to hear on this one. But this one could pump back up. Who knows? I'm still in this one. I am upset that I'm still in this one because it's a falling knife. But like I said, even if it goes to zero, I pulled out some of my gains. So even if it goes to zero and gets delisted, this one is just a shit show. But it's there. It's there. You got Copang, which is a software company. This one's going to be good. I think it's a software company. Wednesday, you have Celsius. Now, Celsius is going to be interesting because look at that stock chart. Okay, that goes all the way from, let's see, 80, 92, and you're trading at $30. That's an interesting one. I think that one's super interesting. You've got Scott's Miracle-Gro, which is a, look at that one. I mean, that chart looks great. That chart looks fantastic. Estimate lose $1.95 per share. Last time they reported $2.31 upside. I mean, you talk about bringing it down. Their revenue last time, $1.2 billion. This time, $399 million. I don't know. There's something going on there. I'm not exactly sure because I don't follow this name real well. Qualcomm. This is a core portfolio name. Estimate $2.56 per share. Estimate earnings per share last time, $2.33. They brought down the revenue. So I've got a list of all of these names that you might be interested in. Thursday, we have one that I wanted to point out that's not in the core portfolio, but I did a bunch of shopping there. It's Under Armour. I like Under Armour. And I got to tell you, their app to buy stuff, it's fantastic. The only problem that I have with Under Armour is that they give you these fucking coupons and then you can't use them. We got Vistra on Thursday morning. This is one that could be crazy. Because remember, this is the year-to-date S&P top gainer. Look at this chart. That's the S&P top gainer. Year-to-date, you started the year at 25, 26, looks like 38. You're at $124, 224% for an effing utility. That's a crazy one. So earnings next week, going to be crazy, going to be fun, whatever. John Newhall from Spotfiy, Social Request, asked me to look at QBTS. And he put in some words. So let me read exactly what the words are. I bought IONQ, but saw some news on QBTS from Bar Chart. Beneficial to have additional exposure to the quantum market, ? Love the show. I look back and realize all my mistakes and tradings and decisions I made and all the successes have been from following your advice. So much for being a douche on the internet. Let's go Big Blue. Yes, Big Blue sucks. And I am a Giants fan, but yeah, I mean, listen, you can follow whichever douche that you want. There's plenty of good ones out there on the internet, but understand that, once you realize which mistakes that you're making, your kind of trading goes in a different direction. Now, QBTS, this is quantum computing. I'm not quite sure quantum computing is I know it's out there and I know it's a good one. I don't know that quantum computing is we need it for AI, and AI is going to take a jump when quantum computing is actually done. But you're so early in the game. It's like investing in full self-driving in 1920 because the cars just came out. I mean, you're just so early in quantum computing. And that's where I worry. I think you could trade this one. I don't even know if there's QBTS. Let's see. And D-Wave. Let's look at some of the fundamentals. It's a hold from the quant. And it's because it's not making money. It's just not making money. I got to reload this page. The chart's not loading up. There we go. Year to date. Seeking Alpha is messing up. It's 9:30. That's why it just opened up. But valuation, they're not making money. Growth, 37%, great. But the profitability, I mean, it's the money part. It's the money part. And you very well may get diluted. 10% short interest. IONQ, in my mind, it's the big one. It's the one that's out there that a lot of people trade. Its short interest is 19%. I don't think you want to put all your eggs in one basket in an industry that's not making money. So I wouldn't even have 1% of my total portfolio into this. I would probably have 1% of my trading portfolio. So what I mean by that is understand that in my mind, there's a portfolio and then there's a trading portfolio. And your portfolio should be mainly in ETFs with some single stocks, with some sectors in there. But if you're trading, it should be a significantly smaller portion, maybe 10 to 20% of your overall portfolio. And I would have 1% of that portfolio in quantum computing if you believe in it. But understand, these companies don't make money, and that's short interest. Most of these pops are on short squeezes. They only have a $3.2 billion market cap, QTBS, and I don't like the way the stock, the chart looks. I mean, for me, it's just messy. This one has a $213 million market cap. So FYI, they're going to need more money. And you as a shareholder, you're going to get diluted. So I don't see it. And when Wall Street says it's a strong buy, there's 7 analysts that cover this. And their average price target is $2.39. I just don't. Again, 7 analysts. Now, Seeking Alpha analysts, they say it's a buy. Most recently, this guy, QBTS, but he said it was a hold here. It's down 43% since then. He said it was a hold here. It's down 4% since then. This guy said sell. It's up 16% since then. There's nobody that can give me great advice on this. So that's kind of where I'm at, John. I just, again, I think there's better places out there for your money. And that would just, but again, nobody knows for sure. Now, let's look at some scans because in the watch list, one of the ones that I brought up on the Seeking Alpha Breakfast podcast is PSIX. Oh, let me refresh this. Maybe it's my internet that's screwing up here. But let's go back to the 4-hour and we're going to do PSIX. This is a power, kind of in the AI space, if you will, power solutions. I think it's more than just AI, but it's in there. Now this one, 2375. Now, the algorithm makes you 296%. Buying and holding makes you 694%. You win 30% of the time. Is it extended? Let's go over here to Seeking Alpha. This is what you need premium for, because if you don't know it, it's a strong buy in the quant because the valuation isn't extended. It's got a PE going forward of 9 where the sector is trading at 20. It's got a PEG ratio of 0.12 because their revenue growth, they're losing 14.75%. But their levered free cash flow, they're losing 1.75. But look at all those positives in EBITDA growth. They're spending money. Their profitability, fantastic. Gross profit margin, it's okay, 27%. But the return on equity, 1,931% gain. That is unbelievable. Levered free cash flow margin, 8.99%. That's fantastic. EBITDA margin, 14%. That's fantastic. Then you go to momentum, which is probably the strongest one. You're up 67% in 3 months. 6 months, you're up 950%. Is this one overextended? Let's see. What does Wall Street say? They say it's a $22 stock. You're trading at $22.58. I'd probably ignore this particular buy. Wait for it to get back down to 20. Maybe it'll pump back up to 24. I'd have my stop loss at 19. That's the way I would trade this one, and it would be a trade. I don't think that this one's a long-term investment unless you actually know something about the company. Other than that, it would be a trade. Now, target, 150. Is it a buy? That 50-day is moving negative. Bollinger Bands are cinched up. You're right now, you're plus 32. It's not giving me a good signal. And you can see this sideways trade doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. You win 24% of the time in the algorithm. I don't trust the algorithm with the target. I didn't trust it before. When we look at a weekly, it's using that 200-day as resistance clearly, and you're just trading sideways. These guys better have a good quarter to report. I think they're past their earnings. Let's see. Let's go back to the 4-hour. Their earnings are November 19th. It better damn be a good quarter with some good guidance. Remember, they lowered prices on staples in order to get people into the store. So their margins might be affected like that. You have a cross-up on Verizon, a Dow stock. This is one that pays like an 8% dividend. And since their earnings, they've slid down 42.55. Is this one a good one? Maybe. because you've got, again, an 8% dividend on this one. It is a business that is heavy, heavy capital. They have to do a ton in order to actually make money at doing this stuff. The growth sucks. It's just horrible. And so you're not paying for the growth. You're paying for the valuation. It's trading at 9 times earnings. So this isn't a growth stock. It absolutely is not a growth stock. You're paying for just the profitability and the valuation. You're paying for that 8% dividend. Let's see, the actual dividend yield. Let's see, PE going forward, but where's the dividend yield? Yield forward, 6.43. So it's 6% going forward. That's what you're paying for. So there's a bunch of leveraged DTFs. I will be back on Monday. You guys have a great weekend. Again, use the link tree to sign up for anything. I would say that bundle is just it's a great deal, a fantastic deal to save that amount of money. And if I have any news, I'll put it out on Substack, because remember, I have a free newsletter right here, Daily Stock Picks, and I go live. I went live for the past 3 days. I went live for earnings. So you can watch those. It's just a talking head where I kind of turn the camera around because I can't broadcast my screen. But people seem to like it. And you can, again, it's Ask Me Anything. So hop on one of those lives. Sign up for the newsletter so you'll get and let us help you grow. You'll get an alert. By the way, I did have somebody complain about the song. First time. He complained. He said he's not subscribing because of the song. Where's the violin that's playing behind me? Because I'm so sorry you didn't subscribe, douchebag. Whatever. Song is great. Okay, take care. Bye. Remuxing recording. Okay, I hate that there's white there. It brightens me up. That was a good call. Morning Hunter. VRT. I own VRT. I sold 50% of it at 109. Let's see. 108.38. I don't see... What I see are, after earnings, I'm seeing a kind of a lowering MACD, an RSI that's going down to 44. I would say we're sideways trading, but the Bollinger Band still being that wide open and the price being on the bottom side of the 9-day, I'm not quite sure what the support is, but the last couple of days, that 50-day has provided support. Every time you've gotten close to the 50-day, you've seen it pump back up. But it's an expensive stock. The valuation is there, 45. The PEG ratio going forward is only 1.19, so the growth is going to have to stay. But you're past earnings, so I like it. I mean, it is what it is. But I don't know exactly where the support is. But it's just iffy. I mean, it's definitely a sideways trade, and I don't see it breaking down, but I do see maybe 107 is the support level, not 109. That 109 came from this high back here in May 2024. And that's where I think it's kind of wanting to sit, is between probably 103 and 109 is where, if I'm looking at it today and it gets to 103, I'm probably buying at 103 if I want to add to it. The 200 days moving positive, it's a good company. So, why do I have some comments up here and others not showing up for me as a subscriber here? Live chat. They're both live chat. Morning Marco. Morning Mark. Morning Emmer. Amazon killed it, yes, but it's probably stopping at $200, yes. Wolf, that's the, this is the crypto miner with nuclear kind of play. I like the hype on it. And I'll be honest, I like the hype on it. The algorithm works really well in this, 961% versus 361%. And Eli, I know you have Trendspider. So in my mind, I think that's the one that you play. But look at how clear I mean, 698, and this one traded up to 728, pierced the 200-day for a slight bit. I think you that 50 days positive, the Bollinger Bands, here's what I see on the weekly. The Bollinger Bands are super contracted, okay? The last time they were contracted, this was trading at 2 and it pumped up to 6. The 50 days moving positive, you're on the upside of this one. You've got volume to go along with it. The MACD is still not crazy, and the RSI is at 67. I think if you wanted to buy this one, I think it's a trade, but I do think that you trade around the 4-hour algorithm just because that's the safest way. I'm seeing a bit of a button hook here. I'm seeing the MACD up and crossing down, and I'm seeing the RSI at 57. Now, if I've got to do my volume levels. Why don't I do volume by price? I took that off because it got too messy with these lines. But I do see, let's pull it back here. See how you're not building a volume shelf up here? Even with the couple of days that you're doing, you're just not building the volume shelf is down here. And it's because it traded there longer. But I would probably be using, 520, 530 as a stop loss if you're trading it. But I do I like it to go higher from here. I'm just not sure, their earnings are coming up November 12th. So I think that's a little bit of a it's not making money. It's one of those, hey, it was trading at $2, now it's at $6. That's a hard one to say, oh my God, it's going to continue to go up. But have a great weekend, Troy. Yeah, the song it's bullshit, that guy. I deleted his comment. I said, bye, Felicia. Hunter, I'm not quite concerned about a 5% move in a stock like WGS. What did I buy? 84 to 77. I completely, and remember, I only put $500 into this. So if I get lose $500, that doesn't change my life. So, and high five, Chris, by the way, on that AMZU one. I'm kind of, if the algorithm tells me to get out, I'll consider selling. But the reason why I bought this, WGS, just so you know, Hunter, is that 200-day. Now, the 200-day is moving negative, so it's moving down. So I may, it may come down to like 100. But if it hits 100 and I bought at 84, I'm perfectly happy. But I do think that this one is still in an upward trend. So I'm not. It's trading on the top side of the Bollinger Bands, and they're just starting to break out. So I'm not going to worry about a 5% pullback here to 77. It's a Friday. We may be down 40%, over the weekend. But again, it's a $500 position. If it starts to actually gain some steam, I'll add to it. Add to your winners. Exactly, Yolanda. Exactly. And that's, I think my girlfriend, she's a piano teacher and she plays it on piano. She's figured out the words. Just so you know, it's AI driven. So it was made by AI, sung by AI, instruments by AI. I believe I put in sing a song about this podcast and newsletter in a pop punk Simple Plan style. So, and that it came up with that, and it's a great one. But I have others too. Let me see. Suno AI. This is what I used to do it. Library.
Every morning wake up quick, stock newsletter does the trick. Daily picks to make us rich, charts and graphs for that itch. latest topics in town, talking about the market. He never lets us down. Seeking out for his Bible. Morning paper in my hands, newsletters from distant lands, Trendspider charts and view.
I got a bunch of them. But that's just, I mean, that's the best one.
Morning paper.
Let's see.
Every day I wake up, grab my coffee cup. Every day I wake up, grab my coffee cup.
G-Money on the mic, he's got the flow. Daily stock picks where knowledge starts to grow. With every episode, his wisdom shines. Investing strategies, he'll make them all mine. G-Money leads the way, he's the podcast of daily stock picks, guiding us near ease. G-Money on the mic, he's got the flow. Daily stock picks where knowledge starts to grow. With every episode, his wisdom shines.
I like
Investing
some of these. I mean, you know.
every morning, wake up quick.
Pop punk seems to be the best
Stock
one.
newsletter does.
Gets me going. It's good.
Morning paper in my hands, newsletters from distant lands, Trendspider.
I mean, I'm so much more than the stock picker. I'm an influencer, guys. You don't understand. I'm an influencer. But yeah, I mean, I literally I could go on there and I can do that all day. I could do that all day. Literally all day. So, okay, it is now 9:48. I thank you guys for appreciating the song. But here's the real song. I'm out. You guys have a great weekend. There's a paid newsletter coming out. Maybe tomorrow morning I might have an Ask Me Anything session live on Substack. Maybe while I'm writing. I don't know. I got to see what I'm doing. So you guys take care. Thanks, Yolanda, for bringing that one up because I haven't gone through Sumo in a while. I mean, there's so much AI out there, and Trendspider is going to change. It's going to blow your mind like it did mine. And at some point, I'm going to hop on and probably show everybody. But I think it's not going to make you money. You're still going to have to risk money to make money. And it's not going to win 100% of the time because it can't tell the future. But if I can determine, based on all of these indicators, a technical mathematics strategy to actually go into a bear market and understand what it's doing, I think I'll win. So I'm excited about it. But okay, see you guys. Have fun.
Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears.
And this song is so good.
Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears.